Let's continue over with the show, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Deniro. You know, I'm becoming more and more disappointed in my OGs every single day. I wish these guys would just act. I do. I wish these guys would just act, shut up, do their roles, act, get out whatever energy that they got to get out on a TV screen or on a movie screen. But the more I learn about these OGs, is the more I start to get disappointed in them in their life. Real talk. I think that Robert Deniro think that he black. I think Robert Deniro think that he black because he was married to a black woman. He got finessed in court like a black woman would for a long time. Chad himself, I'm going to be reading that super chat shortly. You wild, bro. But anyways, Biden supporter, Robert Deniro, and when I say a Biden supporter, I mean an ardent Biden supporter, decided that he wanted to show up outside of the Trump trial in order to advocate against Trump and say some of the wildest things, and then he wound up getting into it with a bystander. I'm interested in meeting these guys. Man, how come I'm never the one that's in the vicinity to be able to cause or troll a lot of these guys in order to be able to make the news so I can get my $30 million in my CNN interview? Anyways, I like to tap into different platforms in order to give you a different perspective, not just Fox News, not just CBS, not just CNN, not just MSNBC, not just CNBC, not just these platforms. So we're going to look at it and we're going to try to mine out exactly what happened. I'm looking at it for the first time just like you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's get it in.
This is my neighborhood, downtown New York City. I grew up here and feel at home in these streets. I feel comfortable. The Twin Towers fell just over here, just over there. This part of the city was like a ghost town. But we vowed we would not allow terrorists to change our way of life. And we started the Tribeca Festival to bring people back. I love this city. I love this city. I don't want to destroy it. Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world.
What? All right, is this guy hired? Did they use some of their campaign funds in order to send Robert Deniro out there outside of the Trump trial? I don't understand. Why is Robert Deniro making a play outside or a plea outside of the Trump trial where his trial is taking place inside of New York City in order to advocate against Trump and for Biden? This is weird, bro.
But we vowed we would not allow terrorists.
You can't even read.
I owe this city a lot.
Wait. You're not just going to stop in the middle. He having him a Biden.
Terrorist country, and eventually he could destroy the world. But we vowed we would not allow terrorists. I owe
Alzheimer's.
this city a lot.
He's doing it again.
And that's why it's so weird that Donald Trump is just across the street. Because he doesn't belong in my city. I don't know where he belongs, but he certainly doesn't belong here.
It's not your city? Isn't Trump from New York? All right, hold on. Where is, I don't know, Trump from? Donald Trump is from New York. Donald Trump, born June 14th, 1946 at Jamaica Hospital in Queens, New York City, fourth child of Fred Trump and Mary Ann McLeod Trump. He from the city. All right, let me see something. Now I'm getting curious. This is how you start going down this rabbit hole. Where is Robert from? So Robert Deniro was born 3 years earlier, and he's also from Manhattan, New York. All right, hold on. Let me just look this up. Robert Deniro, Wikipedia. We're about to start doing a little bit of a deep dive right here. Early life and education. Robert Deniro, born in the Manhattan borough of New York City on August 17, 1943. Oh, so he's from there also. So y'all both from New York. All right, cool.
New Yorkers used to tolerate him when he was just another grubby real estate hustler masquerading as a big shot. A two-bit playboy lying his way into the tabloids, pretending to be a spokesperson for himself. He was calling it as himself for himself.
Did these guys know each other when they was growing up? Did they run into each other and they had a problem with each other?
To fool the press into inflating his net worth. A clown. But this city is pretty accommodating.
Dude got some
We
big
make
dudes
room
behind it.
for clowns. We have them all over the city. People who do crazy things in the street, we tolerate it. It's part of the city, it's part of the culture. But not a person like Trump who will eventually run the country. That does not work, and we all know that. Anyway, we make room for clowns, to each his own. But no one takes him or took him really seriously. They take him seriously now, of course. But around the country, people who didn't know him as we did started to support him. They bought into his bullshit. Trump bought their votes with outrageous lies and empty promises. He got the most religious evangelicals to applaud a sinner who bragged about sexual assault, and who, just a couple of blocks from here, a jury found him liable for sexual abuse. Somehow he even got self-styled patriots to support a man who called for terminating the Constitution, and on January 6th rallied an angry mob to threaten democracy, leaving death and destruction in its wake. That's why I needed to be involved and wanted to be involved in the new Biden-Harris ad.
This dude is bought and paid for. This dude is bought and paid for, and he is a part of the whole Harris-Biden administration, and then now they sending celebrities. Look at all of those microphones out there. You got CBS, Fox 5, the AFP, and God knows who else microphones is out there. So they called a press conference, and they had already planned for him to be there, and then he pre-wrote his speech. Who knows who wrote it for him, in order for him to come out there and say whatever it is that he's saying. Democracy is letting the people decide for themselves who it is that they want to vote for.
Because it shows the violence of Trump and reminds us that he'll use violence against anyone who stands in the way of his megalomania and greed.
Greed?
But it's a coward's violence. You think Trump ever threw a punch himself?
Oh my God.
Or took one? This guy who ran and hid in the White House bunker when there were protesters outside? No way. He doesn't get blood on his hands. No, he doesn't. He directs the mob to do his dirty work for him by making a suggestion.
What? See, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. And maybe it's just because, yeah, he is talking like he's Sam Rothstein, like, dog, you an actor in real life. Maybe it's just because they older now, and so they feel compelled to be able to say whatever it is that they want to say when they want to say it, and they don't think it's going to be any repercussions that come along with it. But a lot of these OGs and these actors and stuff like that, they starting to really disappoint me, man. I used to love this dude. I loved him when he was Heat. I loved him when he was in Casino as Sam Rothstein. I loved, the roles that he played, but Robert De Niro is ruining my childhood, bro.
An inference. And his gang grovels and follows his obvious order. It's no surprise that the murder rate and other violent crimes peaked under Trump and are falling under Biden.
What?
And now he's promising to use our own military to attack U.S. citizens. That's the tyrant.
How much longer is he up here?
That's the tyrant he's telling us he'll be. And believe me, he means it. When Trump ran in 2016, it was like a joke. This buffoon running for president. No, never could happen.
Ad hominem
We've forgotten
attacks.
the lessons of history that showed us other clowns who weren't taken seriously until they became vicious dictators. With Trump, we have a second chance, and no one is laughing now. This is the time to stop him by voting him out once and for all. We don't want to wake up after the election saying, what, again? My God, what the hell have we done? We can't have that happen again. Yesterday was Memorial Day. It's a good time to reflect on how Americans fought and died so that we may enjoy the freedoms guaranteed to us by a democratic government. A government that, as President Lincoln said, of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Under Trump, this kind of government will perish from the earth. I don't mean to scare you. No, wait, maybe I do mean to scare you. If Trump returns to the White House, you can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted. And elections, forget about it. That's over. That's done. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He
What?
will never leave. You know that. He will never leave.
What is he? Yo. Y'all got to get these Generation X and these boomers up out of here, bro. Y'all got to get these Generation X people and these boomers up out of here. What are you talking about? It's literally called term limits. What do you mean that he'll never leave? He has no choice but to leave. A president cannot serve any more than 2 terms. As a matter of fact, we're not even sure that we're going to have a Biden administration. You're going to be having Cam up in there inside of the White House running that joint every single day. This is the dumbest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. This dude said, forget elections because he will never leave. Maybe I'm missing some context here.
What does that mean? Is that the country we want to live in? Do we want him running this country and saying, I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life? I hope this new ad campaign campaign reaches outside the bubble to remind.
So this is an ad. Okay, so we got a different new way for us to create an ad for the Harris-Biden campaign. All right, so I support this. Let me give a round of applause. Contrary to popular belief, I believe in democracy. I believe in freedom of speech. I do. Most conservatives do. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to take into consideration or criticize it or have my own opinion as a result of it. But if this was a creative ad campaign for the Harris-Biden administration to use Robert Deniro at a news conference to get other people to react to it, because it wouldn't have been as effective if he'd have just did a pre-recorded film video in order to say whatever it is that he want to say. But the fact that he's standing outside of the court is one of the biggest plays that I've seen from an ad campaign yet. Let me give him another round of applause. This is one big act. That's all it is. It's one big act. It's hard for me to criticize it because he's reading from a paper and he's basically telling you that I hope that this ad campaign, maybe it was written in parentheses and he wasn't supposed to say it. Maybe somebody, man, this is all just an act, bro. And I think that it's a pretty good one. If you guys want to look at this from a marketing perspective, it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. It could have been better executed. They probably could have left some stuff out. But if this dude is just being a paid actor right now, then kudos to the concept. Kudos to the concept, because basically what he's doing is he's getting the people's attention. I seen it get a lot of views on a lot of these platforms, including CNN. I think it got over 1 million views on CNN alone. And so I think that it's a phenomenal marketing tactic by the Harris-Biden administration and by whoever it is that's running their ad campaign in order to continue to bring visibility to whatever it is that they're trying to do. The message is trash. The marketing tactic is beautiful. Me being objective, the marketing aspect of this is absolutely 100% good. Straight up, real talk.
Supporters of what a danger he is to our lives. This is not a threat. This is a reality. And that's why I've joined the Biden-Harris campaign, because the only way to preserve our freedoms and hold on to our humanity is to vote for Joe Biden for president.
Look at him reading it off of the paper. Could have been executed better. Maybe they should have got somebody else out there in order to do it. Hire Idris. Idris Elba was actually just here the other day, just a couple days ago for the Movement Festival. He was here on Monday. He was letting it move. And so I got back in town on Sunday, had an opportunity to tap in a little bit for the Movement Festival. Idris Elba was out here in these streets of Detroit. Man, Detroit is popping. We got the Grand Prix this weekend. I'm going to be at the Grand Prix this weekend in the city. Make sure y'all tap in, man.
Really? We don't have a choice. On January 6th, while Republican lawmakers despicably tried to keep the loser Trump, in the White House, and Trump-inspired insurrectionists stormed the Capitol, brave men and women from law enforcement put their lives on the line to defend this country. Our democracy. They are the true heroes. These guys are the true heroes. They stood and put their lives on the line.
Oh, they put paid actors in the back too? Look at these dudes. These dudes look like they are in a trance. I'm not even sure the dude with the tattoos on his neck even support Biden in the first place. And the guy with the suit jacket on, Sasquatch, he looked like he in a trance too.
These lowlives for Trump.
They lied under oath.
They lied under oath. Right. Who lied under oath? What are you telling me?
Those two traitors behind you.
Excuse me?
Those two traitors behind you.
They lied under oath?
That's right.
What are you saying?
They're traitors.
They're traitors. You gotta, I don't even know how to deal with you, my friend. I don't even know how to deal with you.
He don't want to deal with somebody that got a differing of opinion. That's what's so beautiful about this country. It's not just for you to be able to say what you want to say. Somebody else can have a difference of opinion. And they say, yeah, they lied under oath. Now what? I didn't know that this part was coming. I'm glad that I kept watching.
They stood there. They didn't have to. And there were other ones in there who probably were in with them a little bit too. And they found a way to get around. Not these guys. They stood there and fought. For us. For you. For you.
Well, they weren't fighting for me.
No, they fought for you, buddy. You're able to stand right here now. They are the true heroes. I'm honored to be with these two heroes today, from former Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn and former Metropolitan Police Officer Michael Fanone.
This ain't nothing but a paid ad, bro. This ain't nothing but a paid ad. Oh, I wish I could have had a conversation with him.
I owe this city a lot. To try to intimidate is not a threat. This is a reality.
We step to the side right here. Step to the side.
You're not going to intimidate. That's what Trump does, to try to intimidate. We are going to fight back. We're trying to do the book.
Nah, he called him washed up. Hold on, wait. Dude called him washed up. Yo, calling Robert Deniro washed up to his face is wild. Calling Robert Deniro washed up to his face is insane.
We are going to fight back. We're trying to do the book. We're trying to be gentlemen in this world. The Democrats. You are gangsters. You are gangsters.
You're a softie. You're a nobody. You're moving soft. You're trash.
I love you in Taxi Driver.
I love you in Taxi Driver. It's crazy. Don't y'all know how old Taxi Driver is, bro? I loved you in Taxi Driver. Man, when did Taxi Driver come out? Let me see. When did Taxi Driver drop? Taxi Driver came out in 1976. I wasn't even born. Taxi Driver came out 6 years before I was even born. Sheesh. Worst executed ad in history, but absolutely a phenomenal concept. Shout out to Robert Deniro for fumbling and making himself look bad. Now he's gotten it to the point to where we don't have to worry about looking at any more of his movies because now he's taken a side. When you are an actor or when you are a person that's visible to the general public, let me just say this. A lot of people don't understand that one of the reasons why a lot of these people are adverse to possibly picking a side or whatever, and they just want to make sure that they stay focused on whatever it is that they do for a living. That's what Ice Cube did when they asked Ice Cube on Fox, hey, what do you feel about black people now starting to support Trump more than ever? He was like, he did a whole lot of sidestepping. He said businesses can do whatever it is that they want. People can do whatever it is that they want. I'm just here to promote the big three. So he's not necessarily there to take a side. Is it a possibility that Ice Cube is conservative? Absolutely, but he's never going to say it to the general public because he got a product to sell. And you don't want to alienate your customers, which is exactly what Robert De Niro did. I'm not sure if it really even matters anymore about whether or not Robert De Niro cares because maybe he's too old and he's made his money or whatever, but he absolutely picked a side. And see, now people can turn their back against him, similarly to the way that they turned their back against Trump when he decided to drop in politics. Everybody loved Trump before he jumped in politics. He was on TV, firing people. Omarosa. All of the rappers was taking pictures with him, and then all of a sudden they all turned against him, and now they're back on his team. So let that be a lesson in marketing.